Okay, so apparently we need to start fusing things. Thank you very much for the amazing comment under the previous video, man. Much appreciated. I don't really like throwing in names because the person might feel weird about it, but you know who you are. Thank you very much. That was an amazing write-up of what I should change. And apparently we still haven't unlocked everything. Unless I just didn't find that Rune Forge, was it? Which is apparently some crazy stuff. Which boosts the output of all the outposts. Yes, okay. I was looking for that word. Starter bonus. Let's go with 2 rerolls. And let's check out. So apparently I'm looking for a Rune Forge or something. I'm pretty sure I don't have that unlocked. Because apparently that's the last building that we unlock. And yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. This is just a lumberjack camp. Yeah, I'm not sure honestly where that is. But still, thank you. Good info. And we'll try to do something. Now, the other thing, which is equally more important, is the fusing of towers, which is apparently all these that I haven't looked at previously. So I just want to give this a quick read. So, unique banner info. Collect 9 banners of the same tower to gain a unique banner for that tower type. 9 banners? Holy shit. Each fusion or unique increases the requirement by +3 per banner. Okay. General is better. You also mentioned this one. This is apparently huge. Collect at least 2 banners for 5 different tower types to gain a generalist banner. That is insane. We have to survive for the longest time for that to happen, though. Oh, okay. 3 with the banner info. Collect 3 banners from 2 towers to perform a fusion. Each fusion or unique increases the requirement by +1 per banner. Okay, and here we have the tower fusion combos. Now, just doing a very quick math in my head, I'm pretty sure this isn't all the possible combinations you can get out of 9 towers, right? Because 9 towers could potentially fuse with 8 different ones, if that was the case, but this is clearly less than that. Plus we need to divide by 2, because that would include the same fusion twice. But anyways, yeah, I'm pretty sure this isn't all of them. Like, for example, right off the bat, we have the thing that we haven't even unlocked yet. Plus, no, that is actually there. Yeah, with the Raven Tower. But that cannot be fused, for example, with the Volcano Mortar, or the Arc Tower, or the Runestone Tower, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we gotta pick our fusions. There's actually a huge one, because that will kind of determine the towers that we're gonna go with early on. Okay, so which one should we go for? I mean, I would assume that all of these are viable strategies. Yeah, because, yeah, why not? But the Arrow Tower and Volcano Mortar is actually insane. I'm not sure how we could make that work. I'd rather start out with something that's based on the Arc Tower, as that is currently my favorite tower in the game. Oh shit, we have Arc Tower and Runestone Tower in the rightmost column there. Okay. Okay, let's do just that. So, previously the opening was... Oh man, how did we open? We picked up a worker, because we can. And then I went for a ton of gold. Now, I'm not sure if that is actually a good thing. Eventually it paid off quite a bit, I think, with all the passive income. It just, early on, it's like extremely slow to get started. Because we need to start working on our gold input, or gold mining. And that will eventually lead us into passive income with all these upgrades. But it's extremely slow, man. Okay, let's do that. So first of all, yes, the economy budget, because this will reduce the building upgrades by 10%. And that leads us into passive income for gold, which is good. And now that's about it. So this is why I said that this early on is extremely slow, because we're only going to end up with 30, which is actually going to be enough for the Endless Woods and then grabbing the quarry upgrade. But I'm also thinking to start incorporating some of these outposts into our build, even if we don't have the Rune Forge. And like I said, I don't know if I have it, because I don't know where that is. But yeah, let's pick up a supply depot. And we can actually immediately build an outpost. The only problem is I do want to put down an Arc Tower, just to make sure that happens. Okay. And we can still afford the damn outpost. Okay. You know what? Let's work towards wood, because wood will lead us into more outposts, and more outposts will lead us into more resources. 16 wood, okay, but then combine that with the passive income. Let's just get this started. Okay, that was easy. Yeah, Arc Tower is actually super amazing in the early game. Okay, so now we have this 30. Now we could burn this on more of the economy budget, but the problem is that will slow us down even further. So what I'm thinking is, this time I'm gonna skip this. Not permanently, just temporarily. And go with the passive wood income. That will hopefully lead us into another outpost. 70, 70, 79. Yes, it will. Okay. I just hope this arc tower is enough. I mean, you know what? Actually, I don't even care if we lose a little bit of life points early on, because then we can just grab the druid house and just regen ourselves. Okay. So we have another outpost. Okay. So now I could have just gone with the quarry and grabbed the first passive income for stone, and that actually would have probably been a good idea to do. But I didn't, so I mean, I guess why even care about that? Next time around, I might just do that. Okay, so this is what I meant. Couple of guys got through, but who cares? Extra jump for the arc tower. I love that, actually. And I also love the max health focusing ability. This is actually huge for crowd control, but this can potentially deal a shit ton of damage. For no apparent reason. You want, even if it's crazy, I'm gonna go with this one. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, new to these videos, I normally figure stuff out as we go. That's kind of the theme of the channel, and go from there. So that's why I'm doing all these experimentations on video and not off video. A lot of people seem to like it, so I'm gonna stick with that. But as we get better, or as I get better in this game, it's gonna be a lot faster, because I don't have to read through all the things that are completely new to me. Okay. What should go for? Range? Range could be huge. How does this scale? Pretty good. Damage also scales. But I mean, if we shoot faster, we get a higher chance of essentially triggering the maxed health focusing stuff. So I'm gonna go with fire rate this time around. And then I might get screwed because of it. Okay. So now it's 66 gold. I can potentially even go with more gold by grabbing these upgrades. But ultimately, we only have 4 villagers. So that's only gonna be... That's literally gonna be 4 more if I get this. Can we? But I could grab this as well, because we are going to need a lot of stone for all these arc towers, right? If I were to put down an arc tower, I would love to have the workshop, because that reduces the cost by 10%. Although that could be a really big investment, which could flood into some more outposts even. Now this is when things start to get confusing in my low mind, is what to go with first. Because if I were to put down an arc, I would love to grab this. Because the stone cost is reduced by 10%, for example. Like, there is... It's not that huge, but it's a little bit of stone. Or I could just say, okay, let's... I don't know, let's grab this, but that's also a little bit of gold left. I mean, right now, maybe actually even this is a good choice. Yeah, let's go with this. I don't care. Let's see where this gets us. That's a good hex. Okay. Let's see if we can trigger those max health focusing lightning strikes. Nope. Okay. The next 5 waves, the amount of resources increases by 20% when exploring new areas. So this is absolutely what I want, because that will lead us into even better outposts. Okay. Once again, we have a ton of gold, but we also have a ton of wood. We could go for the tavern. Actually, I want more workers. What's this? Unlock Wonder Seed level 3. Oh, there's a level 3 of that as well. Good stuff. Okay, so slowly we'll start working towards a new worker. The problem is that it's going to take a long-ass time. Unless we do this. I don't want to do the math on that just yet. Okay, now looking at our fusion, which is this one. Oh, good, it highlights what we can fuse it with. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with either the Runestone Tower. Yes, it's going to be the Runestone Tower. Could also go with the Frost Tower. Let's go with the Runestone. Nice. Let's put that down. Okay. And we'll see what we can do with that. If we actively go for some fusions. Okay, who's our hero today? Tower upgrades, better, random, common, better. I'm not sure why I started reading the one in the middle first. Brings 100 wood. Research waves -1. Have we seen research before? Damn. Now this, the way I want to think about this is that that's going to be another outpost right off the bat. Or we can get 40 gold, which should potentially be another very good passive income of something, and building upgrade costs are further reduced. It's actually huge. Let's go with that. Let's just see what we can do with that. Let's play around with that. Okay, so what do I want? Probably more passive income of either stone or gold. But then it would really be a good idea to grab this. Grab this another time. That's going to be 88, but we're going to lose 26, so that's going to be 62. Oh yeah, that's going to be easily worth it. Okay, you know what, let's grab both of these. Ay. And we are going to need a lot of stone, so let's grab this. And you know what, let's grab this as well. And I'm going to put down a stonemason. Okay, over there. 14 from that, so that's going to be 54. That's good because next time around we'll have another arc tower. Or runestone tower, depending on which one you want to go with. Okay, Shadow Rain. Deals damage to the 8 most forward enemies, but also inflicts weakness. Now that weakness part is actually huge. Okay. Now, since we only have 2 tower types, we're essentially only getting banners for those 2, so technically we cannot really go wrong in terms of going for that fusion. Oh man, this is 2.4%. Or increasing as we go. Both of them I absolutely love. I still want to stick to this as much as possible. Plus, how much do we need? We need 3 banners of 2 towers. Okay, so I didn't waste anything with that. Okay. Let's see. So this is 60. We can use some wood. We can even further increase that. Yeah, it's going to be 56 next time around. So actually, if we put... Yeah, we will need to put 2 workers there. I really don't want to go for that many workers before the first boss, because I'm kind of worried about the first boss in general. Let's stick to the gold. And eventually what I want to do is just burn all the gold into this one, the granite grip, and just put a bunch of workers inside there. Yeah, this would have been nice to pick up. 50% off of all the... Let's go with this. Let's go with more gold. Okay, any good hexes? Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good hex. Selected the right one, yes. Okay, let's see. Oh, we have an elite. It's pretty good. Oh, shit, won't get the elite. Okay, that was super unfortunate. Did we actually... Yeah, 2.4. Okay, so I was super unlucky with that. Now, runestone tower, what do we want to focus on with the runestone towers? Well, first of all, boss and elite first. That's good. Man, I'm so sad about that elite. I think this ignores barriers. I think we're gonna use this to destroy the barrier carriers. So boss and elite first, then all the barrier dudes, and then the highest health ones. Let's see if this works. And as for what do we want to always upgrade, unless we pay attention to upgrading, let's go with the range. Okay. Damn, and shit. Okay. Runestone tower. Okay, that's not a good position because they could come from over here. I mean, this is a good angle. So we can cheat a little bit of gold into some more range. Okay. We don't have enough, but that was to be expected. And once again, just focus on eco. Oh, this would be nice. Grabbing 2 of these. That'll be a total of 10% off. And it's gonna be... You know what, then... We also don't have enough gold to get this. Question is, do I want to really focus on eco before the first boss? Because it's really just the first boss that I'm worried about. Because if not, then I would just do this, take 1 worker off, and that would be a huge plus. That would be an actual other... That would be a next outpost. Let's see. By the way, what's our focus priority for this? Closest to the... No. Less health and closest to the village. Okay. All elite enemies now have significantly more health points. The next 4 elite enemy chests only contain banners. I mean, if it's significant, we can't even take out the not significantly higher health ones. The first enemy to reach the village shield receives 3,000 area damage. I mean, if that triggers before, for example, the boss hits, then cool. If it triggers after that, then it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's grab another outpost for stone. Give me 12 stone. You know, it's kind of crazy. Yes, it's only 2.4% chance, but we haven't seen a single bit of that happen before. Or yet, so far. Now this is when I said I'm gonna burn everything into that, and we can potentially grab another runestone tower. Can we actually grab 2 towers? It's 128. Yeah, but there's gonna be a little bit of a cost increase. Yeah, shit, I think if the math adds up, then we can even grab 2 runestone towers next time around. Before the boss. Okay. Still no lightning strike. Okay. Oh, we had 1. Perfect. That was the first time that happened. Okay. Okay, we have an elite coming our way. Okay, you got weakened and we finally took it down. Perfect. Next 5 waves, the production of outposts will be increased by 50%. However, the health points of the next boss will also be increased by 50%. I do not have the confidence to grab this, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to grab the spell damage then. Okay. So next banner. So this is essentially a worse version of what we have already seen. Now, a question that I actually have is if I re-roll common banners, am I only guaranteed to get common banners next time around as well? That's also common banners. Increases the fire rate of towers in the radius of each runestone tower by 5%. Dude. I would love this, and I will also love to do this as well. I still want to play around that. Might be extremely stupid. Shit, more stone, okay. Oh, that's a beautiful position for runestone tower. Good angles. I think I want to spread out the runestone towers. Not sure if that's it. Well, unless I grab the banner, which will increase the fire rate of close by towers that are close to the runestone tower. Yes. Or I was talking about the arc tower. I want to spread those out, probably. Now with the boss. Okay, got a lightning strike. That's actually huge. Are we focusing on him? You sure about that? Okay, dead. I may have overdone the preparation for the first boss because that seemed extremely easy. Oh man. I love the boost damage by 25% for all towers, but also going for a better eco. 5% per worker, that's already 30%. Let's go with an eco-focused run this time around. Ooh, okay. Now we have 3 Arc Tower banners. And if we want to go with the fusion, that we don't want to pick an Arc Tower banner this time around. Runestone towers increase their damage. Oh yes. For each second, they continuously attack. Shit, let's go with that. Okay. And now we have a lot of wood. I think I'm going to start grabbing the guild hall, because eventually there will be a lot of gold that we could potentially need. And I'm also going to grab the statue. The statue's bonus is increased by 15%. Oh yes. Even better. So now it's a total of 15%. Now which one do we want to go with? Arc Tower 25% or Runestone Tower 25%. I think the Arc Tower will be mostly focusing on that max health lightning strike. I'm gonna go with the Runestone Tower. Make sure that happens. What's this specialized building? Here we can specialize the building. Decide between 2 expansion stages and strengthen the building in a targeted manner. 200 stone for that. Okay, well if... Actually, next time around we will have 200 stone unless I burn it right now, and I won't. I'll check that out. Chance for this tower to generate gold, yes. That is big, but what's also bigger is generating gold this way. So we have everything in that, good. Paint tracing, and that's it, okay. 70 next time around, we won't have 70, okay, no worries. Okay, lightning strike. That's actually huge, that deals so much damage. Like that, it just... Okay, they're still getting through. Now, I also gave a little bit of thought about this accuracy stuff, and I might be extremely wrong. But if you have a tower with a very high fire rate, like the Runestone Tower, then does it even matter if you have the accuracy? Because yes, a shot might be blocked, but if it shoots like 6 per second, then, you know, statistically it's gonna shoot a lot that won't be blocked. What I'm trying to say is I'd rather not burn our automatic upgrades onto accuracy. Like I said, that might be super stupid and not actually how it works, but that's just my thought process. Okay, so let's see this specialized building. The statue bonus now increases by 2% damage per wave. Holy shit. Per wave. The statue bonus is applied to the crit damage by the same factor. I mean, then same factor, so factor of 25% extra critical damage. I'm not sure. Oh, we can specialize this as well. Wait, can we specialize all these buildings? Okay, well, we don't have 200 wood. But yeah, I might check that out. Okay. Druid house. Because, yes, the automatic regeneration. Good. I want to get that going because we're down to 12. Also on the tavern. We can actually max out the tavern. That's good. Increase the tavern's productivity even further. That could also be huge. Okay, now we cannot put down any more towers, but that's okay. Oathing Feast. No, because I want the worker next time around. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm still not seeing enough lightning strikes, considering we have burned 3 banners into that max health focusing lightning strike stuff. Oh, now it's a rare banner. Okay. 5.2 chance. Might I still? No, because we won the... Yeah, we won the fusion. So screw that. Even though this... Man, that's so good. Shit. I still want to play around that. I'm very sorry. Then I'm not going to focus on... Well, I didn't focus on that as much, but shit, I really want that to work. Because that just deals so much damage. It's insane. Okay, we need some wood. We're building up gold. Okay, that's good. Versatility. Might want to grab that. Also want to grab more passive income. I mean, we can grab that at this point. Okay. We have a shit ton of stone that we cannot burn. So I'd rather just have a bunch of wood and start putting down even more outposts. Or better yet, we can just do one round where we go full on gold and then just use all that gold. For example, 38 will go for here, 60, 60, 60, 60, that's 120 plus 38, 158. That will still be covered. Okay, that's actually good. Okay, so I just want to take a quick peek actually how many things we are missing. We're missing something over here. This is full. Oh man, we are missing a ton of things. Increases yours. Oh, okay. We're missing something here. I'm just looking at the meta progression, like how we're doing, and actually I shouldn't even go further because, yeah, these were essential to pick up. Huge stuff. Here we literally don't have anything. Little bit missing. Oh my god. Ton of rerolls and stuff missing. Okay. Oracle. Grants you 1 reroll for Oracle choice events in your next games. Grants 1 and then 2 banish for the Oracle choices. Okay, so we're just missing a ton of things. Okay, that's just what I wanted to see. So yeah, we're gonna go with gold. Let's go with next round. Okay. Now, what I love about this skill, actually, the Shadow Range spell, is if there aren't any more units, just maybe let's say 1 unit, then all the, like, it would target 8 people or 8 enemies. For example, over here, it would target the foremost 8 enemies. But if there's only 1 enemy present, then all the 8 shots will go for the same enemy. So technically, if we could just get the boss to be isolated in that sense, then we could just send all this weakening, damage dealing stuff against it. And that is huge. Like, for example, here it targets the most for 20 enemies. There would be 20 shots against the boss if we only had the boss alive. Insane. Or deal 300 damage to the most for 8 enemies, which inflicts weakness for twice as long. That's a good one. Both of them are good. So this is essentially crowd control, getting 20 enemies to be weakened, and this is going for the 8 craziest ones, well, the eight ones that are most forward for twice as long. Increase damage for the next 10 seconds. Is that already with the twice? Yes, because this is 5 seconds. Okay, so for 10 seconds, they're going to take 10% increased damage. Let's try that out. Okay. And what do we want? Kind of going for the lumberjack is a good thing, or tower construction costs -5% in general, or more resources on the map, or more gold per workers in the gold mine. Well, this is probably not the biggest scalable thing, right? We have like 7 workers right now. This would be 14 more. That's actually not huge. I love going for percentage-based ones because that will scale in the long run. Like it's always going to be 5% of the tower construction cost. It's not going to be like a fixed amount. Or plus 15 resources on the map. I think we'll go with tower construction. Plus 1 jump that will only affect the arc towers, I assume. Plus 4 high chance, that's good. Arc tower crit chance, damage for all towers, that's also nice because it affects everything. Or runestone tower fire rate, plus 20%. Holy shit. Ooh. And let's go with more damage. I mean, I was very torn between the last two. Okay, market offers, let's see what we get. The cost of hiring new workers falls by 20%. That's actually huge because we haven't hired that many workers. Stack 6 gold. Production at the start of each economy phase resets when gold is spent. That's good because that will always apply. I mean, in the sense that later on, if we don't spend gold. Now, we are going to spend a whole lot of gold this time around. So that won't be the case. Actually, okay, we only have 40 gold in that. Let's go with passive wood. That's what I wanted. I also wanted passive gold. And then, there's not much else we can boost. I mean, we can build the wood workshop, or the workshop. The wood workshop is something else. Reduces the tower construction costs further. Fuck yeah. Okay, so I think next round we will be able to... I mean, if I finally am able to stockpile a bunch of wood, then yes, that is going to be the case. This is only 18. This doesn't even need wood. Yeah, what I'm thinking is, what I'm going to do is actually put everyone on wood this time around because I want to start building up more towers so that we can get them to upgrade. Now, another thing that I was thinking about is if I were to really play for this lightning surge, that I would actually want instead... Yeah, I'm going for the fire rate. Sorry, I thought I didn't have the fire rate for the arc towers, but yeah, that is exactly what I want. I'm still not dealing enough damage, as you can see. Actually, take out everyone. Okay, some got through there. Or maybe not, actually. I think we need to tune the focus priority a little bit because it's not too good. Elite enemies, okay. Missions available. So this is what I meant, that I want to go for fire rate. Now here, I actually want to focus on this. In this build, I actually want to focus on the groups first. Because if there's like a lot of minions, you know, that spawn from the spawners, then I want to take them out first. And then only after that... No, actually, let's always go for the boss. Because if the boss gets through, then it's over and it doesn't matter. I'd rather lose to the... You know, like the little shits getting through and then essentially eating up our life than losing to the boss. Okay. Arc tower, that's actually a big spot. Or we can just put down a runestone tower over there and then some arc towers next to it. But I still want to spread out the arc towers. But there's always a chance that the enemies will get lightning struck. This is going to be a big burn for our resources, but this can potentially be a huge amount of like lightning surges. Okay, and we can still build some more outposts. Now we could invest further into more wood, which will allow us to build even more outposts. So I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. We have an 8 over there. We have a 10. So there's going to be 20 wood. That's huge. Okay. Well, thank you. Oh, and let's redistribute these guys. This is maxed out, yes, on the granite grip. Okay. Next, I definitely want at least an outpost from the next amount of wood. Also, going for even more gold would be nice because I want to finish off these passive income. Okay, let's do this. Because we will have enough wheat for another worker next time around. Okay, yes, thank you very much. I'm not sure if that is always a good idea to go with that. Okay, now this is exactly what I wanted. A bunch of these lightning strikes, look at that. Well, it's not a bunch, but it's a pretty good amount. Problem is, we're still not really taking out everything that I want to take out. Oh, is the runestone tower? Yeah. So the lightning surges deal a shit ton of damage, but the runestone towers aren't really doing their job. Okay, let's want to get some runestone tower stuff. Percentage of the spell damage. Now this is a little bit tricky, I think, because percentage of the spell damage bonus is added to the runestone tower damage. So we have a spell damage of 86. So I would assume the 86, the 10% of the 86 will be added to the runestone tower damage. Let's banish something. Haven't banished anything before. Fire rate of runestone tower. That could actually work. Okay, let's do that. Oh, these are the nearby ones, right? Yes, fire rate for all towers in the radius. Okay, so this is why. This is how I kind of regret not putting stuff next to the runestone towers, because technically we could just increase the fire rate. Like this one will be increased, this will be increased, and then so on and so forth. It's actually huge. Let's put on the brewery. That's gonna be a big difference. Now only consumes 4 wheat. Okay, and we can hire a new worker. Okay, this is building up very nicely. Our maximum rate from 50 to 75. We're not at 50 yet. This would be huge. More passive income for stone. Okay, and then, like I said, I wanted to put down an outpost, but I found some better uses. So this will easily be... You know what, let's go with another big surge of wood. Oh, and shit, now we have the barrier carriers. Okay, the lightning strikes are starting to work. With increased fire rate, it increases the chance of this 5% chance for being applied. But they're still getting very close to the base. Okay, here we have an elite. Yeah, I mean, when the lightning surges happen, that's good. But that should happen a lot more frequently. Okay, we need some wheat because we're using for the brewery. Ooh. 9, that would be exactly 100. There'll be another worker if we burn a ton of... I think that's going to pay off eventually. We can just do this. We'll also free up some slots. Okay. Good. Trading post. Trading ships. The earnings from trading ships is increased. Ooh. Let's go with that meta progression. Increases resource yield from chests by 20%. It's only 5 gold. Should have picked that up a long time ago. 7, 12, 18. Okay, let's burn through all of that. And more arc towers. Okay, we can actually go backwards. Let's just put runestone towers next to the arc towers. Where it's possible. Like this one would need a runestone tower, this one also. I mean, we could even like bunch up a lot of them in the same place, but I don't know if that's a better strategy than to have it laid out like this. Okay. Hopefully you guys won't go deaf with all these lightning strikes. I'll try to keep an eye out on the volume. This will probably get out of hand very quickly if you start spamming a bunch of these arc towers. Okay, the eternal weakness wasn't even present. We couldn't even see it. Okay, another chest. Let's open it. Pretty good. I'm gonna go with some wood this time around because I still want to go for some more outposts. Don't want to forget about this. Plus, this will be a nice investment. 15% off total in the future. Or let's go with more of these. Damn, dude. So many options and everything requires... You know, let's just max that out. 116 gold coming in and we only have a single worker there. Let's do this, which means we cannot build an outpost just yet. I know. Code generation. Second tower type benefits from all the statue bonuses. In return, the statue power is reduced by 5%. You know what? I actually... Yes, let's go with Arc Tower, because the Arc Tower is going to benefit from this a shit ton. Because those are the ones that are actually getting the damage done. Not necessarily the Runestone Towers. Okay, we can put a Runestone Tower over there. Maybe manually boost the range. Now, one thing we have to play around soon, not sure how soon, is actually penetration. Because, like I said, I think accuracy is not that important simply because of how fast these guys actually fire. But penetration could be huge because that is fixed. There's always going to be armored, and we can't really play around. It doesn't matter if you shoot more, they're still going to be armored. I'm not sure if there's a way to tell like how many shots were actually blocked or something like that. But looking at, I mean, how much damage we're dealing with 0 accuracy, well, except for the Arc Towers, which completely ignore the block. But looking at like the Runestone Towers, I'm not really seeing that block icon appear. And this is super fun. It's actually getting out of hand. Okay, and our third and final banner for the Runestone. This will give us a fusion, officially. Okay. Unique fusion. Celestial jumps. With an Arc Tower in range, a Runestone Tower gains a 10% chance to create its own jumps. Regular jump damage is multiplied by the share shown on this banner. Get the fuck out. The Runestone Towers will also start jumping. I mean the damage, or the ray. And what's the other one? Lightning Surge strikes. So those are the things that we're actually playing around. I'm not sure if that's why it disappeared, actually. That's actually also a good question. Did it disappear because I've picked up those banners, or is that just pure luck? Anyways, Lightning Surge strikes can create a light burst, dealing the same damage as the lightning strike in front of and behind the impact. This damage scales by 3 times with magical charge, I don't know what that is, but ignores weakness. Can this, hold on a minute, can this actually like create a chain lightning? No, because light burst, no. Because light burst is probably different than lightning surge. So it's not going to trigger another lightning surge in front and behind. It's just going to trigger this light burst. Okay. I mean, that's... I mean, I really want this. I really want to see what this does. Because that is insane, man. If the Runestone Towers is going to start to jump as well, that is insane. Okay, what are these? 40% spell damage. Are we scaling with spell damage? Something. I'm not sure. Probably not. No, and our spell damage is shit by default. Increases the life points, okay. Crit chance, just like that. I mean, why not? Just claim this. Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a lot, especially if we focus on the boss, as I mentioned. Okay. We have some more outposts. Now, what is this? General Collector, 321 wood. Hold on a minute. Well, first of all, hold on a minute. We have even more wood. I want to see what this specialization does. Because this can be specialized for 200 wood. Wood production per worker plus 10. Passive production plus 80. Oh shit, passive production plus 80. That means 1, 2, 3 rounds, 3 waves later, this will pay off. Problem is the boss wave is 2 waves from now. But I mean, who cares? That is huge. Bro, I don't know if I'm gonna pick that up just yet, but that is actually insane. Is that the same for the quarry? Yes, plus, okay, that is absolutely crazy. What is this? University. Have we seen this before? Wow. Have you seen this before? Choose from various research options that unlock after completing a few waves. Each completed research increases the duration of future research. Economy, luck, and war. Higher cost. Trading ships, plus 3 per level of trading ships. Damn, dude. Outpost cost minus 20. 1 rare banner. Oh. Rerolls and banish. Statue power. Or tower damage. Shit, let's go with all tower damage. Okay. Damn, there's so many options once again. I don't even know what to do. I go for economy, yes, but 2 waves later we have the boss wave. For some more of these. Okay, that's all. Okay, then it's not really a question. Let's go for some more wood. What can we do with more wood? Or the trading ships maxed out. Guild Hall. This is already maxed out, so technically there's gonna be more outposts. Probably want some more stone. Or no, fuck that. The specializations, yes. I can go with the specializations. Oh, this is a completely different story. Okay. Gold. Let's go with this. Probably got that. Should have picked that up first. Now, the fact that I'm only picking this up now is actually horrible. Plus, this will need some gold. Okay. Can boost that a little bit. Versatility also can be boosted. Okay, perfect. Kind of need to play around more towers for the next wave. And that will be a lot more stone, I think. Yeah, because I want a lot more firepower for the boss. There's one arc tower is a 141 stone. There's already like 265 just to put down one of each. No, I want more workers later on. Or actually, if you can still trigger it, then why not? Okay, please lightning surge, yes. Okay, and does this actually jump? Wait. With an arc tower in range. Oh, 10% chance to jump. Okay. Sorry. Pretty smooth. Looks insane, by the way, with all these lightning surges. You're still getting through. Damn horrible. No, I don't want higher banners. I'd love to reroll both of these. I'm still not confident to picking up anything that has some potential, like... Okay. Getting elite. That's good. All towers deal 10% damage. Demolishing towers now only refunds 10% of their original cost and cannot be increased by... We're not really demolishing towers. I probably should, but I'm not, so I'm gonna pick this up. More damage for the boss wave. Okay. Now I want to do 2 things. I kind of want to build out like a big choke point if it's possible. This is actually a good position. One more runestone tower over there just to be in range of the arc towers. I know those hexes were pretty shit. I know that. Let's increase the range manually. Increase the range manually. And that's actually the only firepower we'll have. I might be overdoing this like I was with the previous boss. But this is basically what we can get. Whoa. What is that? Okay, I think I'm gonna restart the game. Okay, I do not know what that was, but that was scary and weird at the same time. Boss wave. Let's see what we can do against Ironbane. Let's speed this up. Okay. I hope my PC isn't dying or something. Okay, not that many lightning surges just yet. Plus Ironbane is not really taking enough damage just yet. We have a ton of those shielded bastards. Man, it's kind of unlucky that all 3 barrier carriers are actually right on top of the boss, but now the lightning surges are starting to kick in, plus we can use our little magic. Okay, perfect. Okay, I think we needed all that firepower. In the end of the day, wasn't really wasted. Banners needed for next fusion unique. Now hold on a minute, because this says something. Each fusion or unique increases the requirement by +1 per banner, and yes, on top it says collect 4 banners. Previously it was 3. So that means if we pick this up, then at 6 and 6 we'll have another fusion. Wouldn't that be huge? I think it would. Or we can just double the chance of legendary banners, which also wouldn't hurt. But like I said, I'm gonna play around fusions this time around. Okay, and we just got some legendary banners by default. Okay. This to bring across 3 beams is completely against what we're building here. But this one, 8% chance to do the lightning surge. Oh yeah. Okay, and we are at 6. And this reduced to 3 again. Okay. I hope I understand this correctly, that at the next, like 6/6, we'll have another fusion. Man, I really hope I didn't misunderstand it or something. Okay, now we have a little bit of a breathing room, I think. But I still want to continue putting down towers. And also manually, let's start applying. Or should we just full on go with penetration for runestone towers from this point on? I'm not sure which is the correct play here. Okay, this... No, we have seen this research because I know that the voice acting random research completed thing. Okay. We have seen this. What do we want? Probably less cost for outposts. Outpost radius. Outpost resource production. Holy shit. Then plus 80 gold per wave, just like that. Okay, and speaking of gold, by the way. Okay, this is very slowly starting to do things. We can pick this up potentially for future runs. Okay. And hero tower. For every 10th kill by spells cast by the hero, receive 2% spell damage. Ooh, good. More spell damage and spell energy. I think spell energy is the first thing that I want to go with. Okay, already starting off with a lightning surge. Good. I'm not sure how far we can take this lightning surge story. Okay, now this is exactly what I wanted to see. What will happen if we have this high chance of triggering the lightning surge? It didn't even get as far as they did previously. Okay, and this is perfect because we do want runestone tower banners from this point on. Wait, this is the fusion banner. Yes. Okay, this is kind of interesting. This part of the normal banners. Okay. Deals more damage, but I mean the 10% didn't increase. I mean this I think is much more relevant to our current build. That also might be a stupid decision. Okay. I kind of want banners at this point. 3 waves later, so that means right before... Actually, right before the boss wave, if we go with the rare banner. Let's go with that. Okay. And let's go with some more outposts. Pretty sure wood is actually a good thing. We don't really have that many resources out in the field. Okay. We have so much stone, man. I really need to stop working on that much stone. Okay, let's max out on that. What else can we max out? We can hire a worker, by the way. Market. Reduce the prices of relics by 25% only for 8 gold. Next common relic you buy is free. That is insane. These are practically for free. One reroll event. Workers generate more and tower. Okay. Here we also have something. Okay, they get more representation, but I mean we don't have any other towers, so like. And both of them are boosted, so technically this isn't relevant. It would be relevant if we had like 3 towers or 4 towers or even more towers, right? And by the way, this can be... Yes. So this can be specialized with stone. This cannot be specialized. Wood. All of these can be specialized through wood. Okay. So let's see again. Statue bonuses. I want to do this. Okay, and that's it. It was specialized and then it's over. Okay. Cannot do anything else with it. Oh, and the next specialization now is 500. I see. Well, that's a big difference. Yep. Okay, good. Now, one more thing that I'm actually very curious about is, do these effects stack? Or is there a way to tell that they are stacking? So, for example, the runestone towers, fire rate for all towers in the radius. Is that stacking or not? So, for example, this guy is at 0.94. This is at 0.80. I mean, this is, we cannot tell with this. I should probably test that by just putting down a runestone tower next and seeing like what would be the effect of it, right? Like will that stack? Because if it does stack, then separating the towers like this is actually a huge mistake. Albeit I didn't know about that. But for future reference, if that is the case that these are all stacking, then we should probably be stacking the towers as well, right? Okay, let's reassign these workers. Kind of want more gold. Actually, how much gold do we want still? Yeah, I mean a few things. Okay, whatever. Let's go next wave, and then I really want to try that out. And I mean, if all these others would be stacking as well. Like for example, with an arc tower in range, the runestone tower has a 10% chance to create its own jumps. But what if you have like 5 arc towers next to it? Will that increase the chance, or... So does the game tell you if something is stacking, or does the game tell the opposite if something is not stacking? That's kind of what I'm interested to see. Okay, we're gonna go with more weakness. 1000 damage for the most forward 8 enemies. Inflicts weakness and victim trail. Or we can inflict weakness for 20 seconds for the most forward 10 enemies. Victim trail causes an enemy to suffer an additional 10% damage. Yeah, I mean, if we're going for the boss things with this, then I think that makes sense. Okay, more eco upgrades, more cheaper towers, and more damage for all the towers, I guess. Or we can go with more rare banners. Higher chance of rare banners or runestone tower fire rate. All these would be pretty good. I think base damage is always gonna be good. Okay, now let's test this. So if this was stacking, and I put down another arc tower, or runestone tower next to this arc tower, then this 0.94 would increase. And it did. Dude. Okay. Whatever happens this round, I'm immediately going to restart and do this exact same build, or try to do this exact same build with all the towers in the same position, because that is insane. Like, we cannot really test the tower fusion, whether that 10% will be increased if we have multiple arc towers next to it, but that is insane. So imagine if we had like 20 runestone towers right next to each other. Damn. Okay. Well, we'll try to play around that for the remainder of this round, but that is actually a huge deficit, essentially, that we have all these towers here. Plus, I don't think demolishing... Yeah, I mean, I demolished this tower, level 5 tower, for 14 wood. Or 14 stone and 3 gold. I mean, shit, no. I don't want to do that. Dude, that is insane. And by the way, do they boost each other as well? This has a fire rate of 6.6. I put a runestone tower behind it. With 6.9, but they even, like... You know, like, cross-enhance themselves. Yep. That is actually one of the biggest infos so far of these banners. Okay. We'll definitely have to play around that. That is actually huge. Increases beer productivity by 20%. Okay, good. I kind of want these wheats going for the All Thing Feast. Grants you 1 reroll event. Oh, okay. Can also... Oh, we can also grab another banishing. Okay, that actually starts to make sense. Boy, that's good. Okay. Damn, I wish I would have discovered this sooner. But I mean, so far the fusing thing is actually huge. So once again, a big thanks and shout out to you know who you are. Huge info, man. Much appreciated. Because this is extremely fun. I'm not sure how far we can take this, especially with this big mistake of not stacking these towers right next to each other. But regardless of what happens, man. Great info. I love having all these discussions under all these videos, games that I'm just learning.
Research completed.
Great stuff, guys. Next tower you build triggers a common banner choice for the specific tower type. We can grab the last banner for the runestone tower. Hell yeah. Okay. Next upgrade to barrier damage has 10 times effect. Okay. Your current or next research in the university takes 1 less wave. Now we know what that means. Okay, so first things first, let's open this chest. Let's go with some gold. Okay, so first of all, I want to burn this next upgrade to barrier damage, because what I want to do is grab a very good hex, preferably in front. So this will cover until that and that. Yeah, and this doesn't really cover all that much. Well, I mean, this is in a very shitty position. Ultimately, this would cover a lot more. Yeah, these two actually cover the same. Oh man, you know, let's put it over here. Oh my god, I'm such a fucking idiot. Yeah, it should have been a runestone tower, goddammit, because that would have been the 6th banner. Oh my god, yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that. Shit, I was focusing on this barrier damage. Well, fuck. Okay, so this will attack the barriers. Actually, you will just focus on the barriers. And that wasn't that big of a... Good thing is next time we also have a banner choice. So at least that's good. Plus we got another chance of lightning surge. But goddamn, that was a stupid mistake. Okay. Let's put down another stone outpost. Got some range for that. I don't think we're gonna have enough resources to really restart this whole thing of putting them in the same place. Plus, I really don't want to break down all those. Or spell damage. And hire another worker. And we have a research. Plus 5% crit chance per tower type in usage. Which means it has one banner picked at least per tower type. Okay, so those are the 2 tower types. Okay. Okay, let's go for some more stone, because then we have wave 25, which is also a boss wave, interestingly enough. I want to put down a lot more towers. I'm not really seeing what would be a good location for all these towers, but I mean, it wouldn't matter, because the damage would be stacking so much that it doesn't really matter like what kind of hexes we have. We could start building towards that, maybe in this position, like stacking a bunch of towers, I'm not sure. Maybe here where we have more space. Yes. Nice. Okay, rare banner and focus on the fucking runestone towers. Okay. Runestone tower. Prism. Their inactive can beam to another specified runestone tower within their radius and transfer a percentage of their own. I mean, I don't think we're gonna use this, but it's definitely a banner, and this will hopefully give us another fusion, or not, because I'm an idiot. Choose your banner again. Well, it's gonna be this one then. Or I misunderstood that completely, and that would be only for the next fusion. So Arc Towers and Arc Towers and Runestone Towers are already fused. And the next fusion of 2 different tower types would only cost 3 banners per tower type. Yes, so we're not getting another unique fusion. We're just decreasing the requirements for the next fusion of 2 different tower types. Or maybe it doesn't have to be 2 different, because we could go with an Arrow Tower with an Arc Tower. Or a Frost Tower with an Arc Tower. Okay, so that I misunderstood, but that's how we learn. We make big mistakes like that. Okay, now this actually would be a nice area to build up. Can't really build all that much. Okay, how many workers, by the way? Next one would be 100. Can even buy that. So that was also big info. So 2 huge info so far. Well, third one was the comment. That's amazing. But two things that we have discovered this time around is that these fusions, the next fusions, aren't for the same 2 towers. It's for 2 different towers. And then the other info is that if we're going for this build, then definitely stack towers next to each other, because that will multiply their benefits. Because they are stacking, as it seems. Okay. So what's the next thing? Probably more stone. Or I mean, if we assume that we're gonna survive the boss wave, then probably we're gonna go with more towers or more outposts, just to boost our economy. Let's get these specializations going as well. Oh yes, these specializations, actually the wood specializations. I might just go for those. Go for those like crazy. Like this, that will not be 1,000, but that's okay. You can still buy a few more. Okay, let's manually boost these towers as well. We have the resources, might as well not lose to that shit. Okay. Okay, let's see. Thunderclash. Let's see what will happen to him. I mean, the Arc Tower is not focusing on the damn boss is also kind of a mistake. Because that should always be the priority, especially with the lightning surges. Now it's focusing on the boss, plus we can use our magic, and that's it. Easy peasy. Next 5 elite enemies, I haven't seen that much elite enemies. We can play around crit damage, or we can just immediately get a legendary banner. I think let's go with that, because... Ooh, I wonder if you get these jumpy. So, hold on a minute. Hits may trigger a lightning strike. That's the lightning surge. Hits. Do jumps count as hits? Or do they not? Because if we have more jumps, then that's an even more larger increase of possibility or chance to trigger the lightning surge. Now that's something that I don't know. Or lightning tower hits deal increased damage against enemies with more than 70% health. Let's try this. Oh, we have another banner, look at that. Okay, max health focusing stuff, 13% up. That is insane. Okay. Okay. Now what do we want? We want to specialize. Yes, let's check out these specializations. Which we kind of did. Stone per worker, but 80 plus stone just like that. Passively. Fuck yeah. There is... Okay, develop town. Specialize 2 village buildings in 1 run. Okay, good. Perfect. And now we have a ton of wood. We can actually burn. Forge gives surrounding towers 10% damage. Also a good reason to stack your towers on top of each other. Or next to each other. So there's like multiple reasons at this point why we would want to do that. It's increasing the fire rate. Man, this is an insane combo. I'm enjoying this very much. Every second they're shooting, plus they're jumping, plus they're lightning surging. Insane, look at that. Okay, that is actually crazy. It's definitely crazy. The only time it's not deafening is when I'm speaking, because then the game volume gets lowered. But other than that, this is actually insane.
Research complete.
And they're getting less and less further. You guys see that? Like in like the first 10 waves, they got this far, and now they only get this far. Okay. Oh, actually, how much is going to be the next specialization, I wonder? Dude, 2,000? Are you serious right now? Yes, you are. Okay. Let's hire another worker. We can burn most of our gold just to hire the last worker. I'm not sure that is actually worth it. We have like bad inflation on the market. I don't think that's worth it. Okay, well then we don't have to go this crazy. We probably want to go a lot crazier on stone as well. Stone and gold as well, because we also need gold for these stars, even if it's not like a crazy amount of stone or gold. It is starting to get a crazy amount of stone though. Okay. Again, 500 general extract. It's like the highest. Holy shit, we have 14 hex over here. So 14 hex is going to give us 16 wood and 12 stone. Now, I just want to point out it costs 551 wood to place this. You can do the math on how many waves that would be to even just pay off the wood cost of that. Like I don't know if that's actually worth it. Doesn't seem to be. I mean, that's like a shit ton of waves. Yeah, then this is actually not a good. This would be a good position to build up. Actually, with some runestone towers over here. Cross boosting themselves, and then some arc towers next to it. Like, I mean, this is also a stretch, like, you know, but at least that's 184 wood, yes, but it's 14 stone income. I mean, that's kind of difficult to compare the investment, but like this 261 wood for 12 wood income. That's usually like 10. That's also a ton of waves for that even to pay off. If you grab an 8, that's gonna be 16 wood. I mean, I really don't know. If you can find another purpose for wood, then good. Otherwise, these aren't really good numbers in my opinion. Or I'm just not seeing something, or I misunderstand something. We have no research, yes. All towers crit damage is plus 100%. Damn chair, bro. Or outpost radius. Now that could come in handy actually. So even more damage, 100% crit damage. How are we doing on crit? 30% crit chance from the arc towers. 25% crit. It's not too bad actually. It's not bad. Let's grab that. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Okay. By the way, our current record is wave 32. Let's just keep that in mind. Wave 32. Let's see if this crazy stuff, crazy build can actually surpass that. Because we have an elite, it's gonna go down very quickly. Okay, now that is actually ear fucking right there. Yeah, essentially this whole build is centered around the max health focusing lightning surge. If that doesn't happen, we're dead. Because our base damage is just horseshit. I would love to banish this because I only picked this up because I misunderstood the fusion. More jumps is good. I mean, if I still don't know if we can actually stack this 10% chance. That's something we still don't know, and it's actually can't really. I don't think we can even figure that out. Yeah, because that info doesn't really appear anywhere. So this is still like a question like, will this stack if we have multiple arc towers in range? Because if not, then I'd rather go with more jumps, even more jumps. Oh, wait, this is unique banner. Wow. Jumps can now jump back and forth between identical enemies. If no jump is possible, the entire potential jump damage is unloaded on a single target. And will that also cost lightning surge? Because if that happens, I might need to uninstall the sound drivers because we're gonna get crazy around here. Thor's Wrath. That's the name of. That's definitely the title of this video. God damn, one of a kind. Obtain your first unique banner. Okay, guys, this is even more exciting. I don't know how that's possible, but it's even more exciting. More arc towers. Arc towers, the video game. Let's go. Let's manually boost the fire rate. Absolutely. I don't even know if boosting the range is actually relevant, but the fire rate is absolutely okay. Could grab more outposts. Yeah, how are we doing over here, by the way? If an outpost stands on a tile where no enemies pass during the defense phase, it grants +2 gold at the end of the wave. I mean, there's all of these are, but what do we mean by no enemies passed? I mean, the location you put outposts are never passed by enemies. Or is this radius? Wait, because these have a radius. I think that's what they mean. That could be a shit ton of gold. And it only costs honor. We still haven't unlocked the final tower, by the way, the Chaos Reaper. But that's a different topic. Okay, this is active for spell damage. Runic power. Achieve 300% or more spell damage. How much do we have? We have 300. Okay, textbook. Let's grab more. Okay, this is going to be our main spot, so I don't really want to build that up. Now we can play towards that gold stuff that we just picked up. Okay, dude, let's go. Plus we're making a ton of gold from our statue. Okay, I was about to say that would be hilarious if they didn't get past this point. Because the majority of our defense is even further back. Okay, they are kind of passing. Yes, eventually this will crumble, I'm pretty sure. Now the back and forth lightning, I don't even know if you can see that. What is this? Lucky Shrub. The next banner reroll gives the same banners back but increases the rarity by 1 grade. Oh my god. So rare will be a legendary. If you do not use your energy in a wave, you have +1 energy in the next wave stacking. So this is actually interesting. It says that it's stacking, but the other things are also stacking, and it doesn't say that they're stacking. That's not the best, because that is inconsistent. Okay, well, we're not really using our abilities all that much. Let's go with banners at this point. Not really a point in not going with banners. Okay, that's a big hex. You can forget the gold, because they're always going to pass this. But it's a very good 245 wood for +20 stone. I mean, yes, let's go for that. But also, let's keep building up this ultimate location. This is going to be the ultimate location. Okay, let's grab more range from the Ruthless towers for several purposes. And if you burn all of our gold, yes, let's go. Back there, don't really want, and we can play around the gold stuff as well. I mean, eventually, by having so many. Okay, next time around we'll have another worker, last worker. Okay, and this is the final location they can come from. Now this right here, this is it. You can kind of see that the base damage of the runestone towers is shit because all of these purple HP units are getting passed. Oh, and that's a ton of healing. Wait, is that just healing? Generates 150 of its own HP per second. Okay. Can you do anything about that, by the way? Is there a way to disable that or debuff it so it doesn't happen? Because around, I think it was exactly wave 32 where they just went through and it was over. I'm pretty sure that was partially due to health regeneration. Okay, and we have the boss wave next time around, guys. I'm not sure how confident I am. But it is the boss wave. Might as well just burn this and grab that for future reference, because I'm pretty sure we lost a ton of gold by not having that extra bit of increase, so to 75 gold. Okay, we need to really build up this location. And that's it. That's all the build up. Need a little bit of range, for sure. For Arctars, definitely the fire rate. Okay, and we can pick up the last worker. Guys, I don't know. Made a ton of mistakes. Well, like I said, I didn't really know what I was doing. Like, especially that this would stack so much. But anyways. Ooh, that is crazy right there. Holy shit. Okay, so there we have Darkwhisper. Kind of, if this location doesn't take his ass out, then we're in a big trouble. And that didn't nearly take him out. Okay. Might be in a big trouble. Or we can just use our curse and know he's dead. Okay, once again enter. You bow to no one. Complete a run without arrow towers. That's true. So this is officially called completing a run. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so now if we re-roll, we had this stuff. Hold on, this one. It says if we re-roll, then we get the same banners back, but with one more better rarity. So if I re-roll this, then this is going to be the rare version of it. Yes, and this is going to be +2%. I honestly thought that would be a little bit better. But let's get that. Moves damage for all towers or receive an extra worker or unit. More base damage, you say? That's still not really the biggest portion of our damage, honestly. But the question is, what would one worker be able to do? I mean, sure, it would be a lot, but that affects all the towers, man. Wait, why did it decrease? Wait, what? Spell upgrade, chance 13.6 to 8.2. Oh, by the way, here it says Thunderstrike not from jumps. Okay, so that previous theory was incorrect. I mean, I'm not sure if I understand this. Like, what is this spell upgrade even? And why does it decrease the chance? Yeah, I don't understand this one. If you guys do let me know, but I don't know. So the two things I don't understand is what spell does this upgrade, and also why did it decrease the chance of this happening. So I'm gonna go with this one. Increases damage against enemies with more than 70% health. That's just a little bit extra we can pick up. Okay, let's continue building up this location. This location is starting to look extremely scary, but it's a good thing. Okay, and by the way, I should have picked this up a long time ago. And harvest head start. You start the next games with 30 more wheat. Okay, and we can get another research. Fire rate for towers. That is exactly what we need. Even higher chance of triggering the thingy. Every purchase in the market increases the chance of higher rarities. Yes, yes, please. I'm sure that is worth it. Oh my god, we still don't have these. That is pathetic. Okay, pretty good. Let's not cast a spell in the middle of nowhere. Pretty good. Still not personal record, so I mean we need to keep going. And these are the only two locations they can come from, actually. What are these sigils, by the way? More barrier damage and +1 range, and 50 more damage. Okay, that's not too much. Could have built up this big section in over here. Probably would have been a good idea. But it is what it is. I really don't want to demolish the towers, because looking at how much we would get back from that, it actually doesn't seem to make all that much sense. Yeah, the health regeneration is definitely a bitch. I mean, look at that. That's literally the only reason they're getting through. Because I'm pretty sure the penetration at this point... Yeah, these guys are ignoring barriers, by the way. And ignoring armor. So, I mean, what are they even focusing on? In terms of upgrades, I'm not sure. Pretty sure eventually these will actually pop up asking us like what to do. And the answer to that is going to be fire rate. Yeah, maybe they're just not leveling up. I just happened to spot these. Okay, whatever, they will eventually ask, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Or we can just start building up another location over here. Probably this would make sense because this affects both of these locations. And barrier damage from that arc tower. Increase the range like crazy. And then increase the fire rate and range of these as well. Okay, let's go for more outposts. I am really torn on these outposts, guys. I'm not sure if they're actually worth it. Let's grab the Oathing Feast. Because this is really where it's happening. I think it would have also been a pretty good idea to... I don't know if you guys can even hear me. No, you cannot. Okay. What are these, like, for seriousness? Yeah, so it's simply just the health regeneration that's screwing us over. I'm pretty sure it's going to lose us the game, actually. Once again, the spell upgrade shit, I don't know. Let's add more jumps, higher damage. Kind of need to go with this. Tower construction cost is less. Arc tower fire rate plus 20%. Yes. That plays in perfectly to ours. So what I was saying is, it probably would have been a good idea to start working towards different types of towers at this point, unless you want to go with a unique banner for like runestone towers. But for example, like frost towers, we could have played against that. I'm not sure. Or would that be a good idea to start at this point, this late in the game? Wave 32. Next wave is actually going to be personal record. Kind of want to hit that. So I'm just going to go with more towers in this location, the primary location. What are we missing? Yes, we're missing a ton of this because we went for the banner. Okay. And These aren't doing all that much. Okay, so I mean, this is all we have. Let's see. Wave 33, can we survive? There's gonna be a new record. Pretty sure we were at wave 32 last time around. That is insane. Yeah, like these health regenerating ones are really the ones causing the problems. Because that's really it. Yeah, they have a ton of armor, but okay. Man, these are just shit. Or we can do this sharing. Let's take a risk. Oh, more fire rate increase. Yeah, those are actually fantastic banners. Okay. Gain 5 gold whenever you build a tower. You can no longer demolish. I think we're past the point that we would be demolishing towers, so sure. Transforms itself to a random legendary relic after 5 waves. Yes. If the life point of the village shields are below 50%, you will receive +2 energy. I mean, it's 20 gold. Who cares? I'm pretty sure Relic Hunter. Collect 20 relics in 1 run. Okay. We are achievement hunters this time around. So what I was about to say is that I'm pretty sure if they get through, then it's going to be instantly GG. So it's not going to be like, okay, we lose 15 life points. If they get through, we're lost. We're going to lose. That's for sure. Okay, but new personal record, wave 33. Perfect. And there's so many things to unlock still. Let's go with more of these. And more of these. Perfect. This is getting insane. A little bit of range, so it makes sense for them to exist. Okay, let's go with an outpost. Even running out of 6 towers bits, like 6 hex worth of resources. I'm not sure what to call those. But yeah, definitely going for a 3rd tower type, you know, and getting banners for that, getting the fusion going. This is insane. What the hell is this? Okay, I think we're headed towards another personal record, unless these guys decide to screw us over. Never mind, I may have spoke too soon. Nope, I didn't. Or... yeah, and then back here we basically don't have anything, right? I mean, we could work around that, like this is a pretty good open position. I just want 1 runestone tower over here. And then the rest, well, 2 more. Are gonna be arc towers. Okay, like so. All things feast, we already have that, so I mean, why do I even have a worker over there? It's a complete waste of money. Okay, so... oh, next one is also a boss wave. Okay, probably GG. We went 2 waves further than previously, which is good. Look at the name of that. A Rune Forge. This was the building mentioned. Enables the improvement of workers or the focus on specializations. 1,000 honor. Well, we will get a big chunk of honor because we have essentially got a new record, and the game also rewards you for that. So fuck yeah. Yeah, we are definitely going to upgrade that. Okay, let's grab some more fire rates, because that could potentially save us in this position. But yeah, I'm pretty sure eventually we'll have to focus on more towers, more tower types. Let's just see this boss. Wait, Grimlock again. Wait, what the hell? 1.25 million HP. But doesn't have any kind of armor. Or blocking, that's kind of interesting. But has a ton of HP compared to like 15,000 are the purples. And that's very specific. 112,500 are the orange ones. Oh, that is bad, bro. If you don't take out Grimmy over here, then it's GG. I'm guessing. And we absolutely did not take him out. Wow. I mean, good thing he's not regenerating health, but there's not really another choke point that can potentially take him out. I mean, we can hope that the lightning surges can do some magic. I mean, could be. Hold on. Yup. It happened. Unbelievable. Legendary banner. Okay, we have 3 chests. Let's open it. Okay, let's go for the stone. All buildings but not towers and outposts, so technically useless. 50% damage for the currently most built tower type. Now tell me which one that is. Oh, wait, actually there we go. If these are the number of towers, then it's gonna be Arc Tower. 15% more damage, well, more base damage, I mean, I guess. Might as well pick that up. On future crit chance, how much crit damage do they... Oh, they have a lot of crit damage, actually. This could work. I mean, I'm just not sure, like, how far are we going to survive from this point on for this to actually start paying off. Or just go with even more, like, base damage with jumps. I think I'm just gonna go with that one, honestly. Okay, and let's continue building up this location, because this location could be our next savior. I really hope I didn't forget to pick up something in the village. Hold on. Well, specializations are like 2,000 or something. Increase the choice of legendary banners. Okay, I kind of want to wait around before I spend my honor because I want to unlock the rune forge. Apparently that's huge. Here we only have 100. Okay, increase the chance. Oh shit. So that should have been picked up earlier. Let's not forget about that for our next run. Increase beer productivity. That's also huge. I mean, you know what, if we don't have the honor right now, then we'll have the honor next time around. For the rune forge, doesn't matter. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so you can see, you just cannot hear. Okay, so you can see from the orange targets, the big problem with our defense is that the base damage of the runestone towers are not actually good, which can actually be increased by that banner in particular. Whenever you cast 4 gold, doesn't matter. 2 reroll events, honestly, that would be the best. We're not demolishing towers. I mean, maybe in the long run that will pay off then. Because somewhere over here, I think. Yeah, so we can buy a reroll event. We can also buy banishing. Okay. Okay, and the reason I'm saying that I don't really want to demolish towers is, well, for one, we can no longer demolish towers, but if we could, we would only get back a very small portion of their price. And plus, if we were to put down new towers, then they would have to be reconfigured from scratch. And by that, what I mean is we would have to start from level 1. And that's not too good, ultimately, because I don't think we would have the goal to do so. Because I would love to take all this apart. Although I'm kind of a fan of always getting lightning surges from these towers in the middle. But still, I would love to take these apart and just simply put them in these, like, clusters, essentially. No, I wanted to do range. Okay. Okay, so those... so for the runestone towers, currently we're at this, where we would go for penetration, and if that is full, then we are going for fire rate or range. Okay. So these are kind of being built up. These are really bad hexes, to be honest. Like extremely bad hexes in general. Fire rate, a little bit of range and fire rate, and a lot of fire rate for the arc towers. Okay, I mean, we can just... Well, the base penetration is also pretty good. Okay, good. We can go with even more. Yeah, we can put that down over there. How did I not see that before? Don't tell me these are changing throughout the game. I'm pretty sure that's not the case. You have no ongoing research. Okay, what's this last one? The next legendary banner pick is taken 2 times. Yes, sure. That is crazy. If that wasn't for the spell damage and decreased chance of triggering the lightning surge, or at least it looks like it's... I hope this not a typo and that would have been 18% chance, but I don't think that's the case. Oh boy, this might be it. This might be it, guys, because this main area is falling, and if that is falling, then it's over. So I'm thinking health regeneration is causing this like serious issue that we have right now. Well, we might not lose just yet. It's very, very difficult to tell how much that is. Yes, because we have popped those. Okay, so that is in fact GG. Man, that health regeneration just really kicked in out of nowhere, didn't it? I mean, wow. Like the previous year they had no chance and then they suddenly just got through. Yeah, I don't know if we can do something about health regeneration. I'm not sure if the Shadow Tower's weakness will actually do something with that, or we just have to make better towers and better clusters of towers. I mean, that is definitely something that we need to work on next time around. I think next time around we're going to go with this exact same build because this was just insane and super fun. Once again, thank you for the comment with all those general tips. Fantastic. And now I can definitely see that fusing is the way to go. Also, I think we're going to go with some fusing with other towers as well. So you're going to have like multiple combinations, like maybe this Arc Tower, Runestone Tower, and then introduce Arc Tower and... was it the Frost Tower or something along those lines. And yeah, just go with that because this is insane. This was insane. We got to wave 36, so that's the new personal record, and yes, indeed, wave 32 was our previous personal record. Let's go for the leaderboard just to take a look. 6,858 on the leaderboard. Now, I've been told that some of these are BS. Okay, I mean, there's 2 DPS in the last wave, unless this person died like extremely quickly, I'm not sure. But yeah, good stuff. Doesn't really matter. Okay, we didn't get too much honor actually, so we'll have to wait around for the Rune Forge. But once we unlock that, I still don't know exactly what's in there, but apparently it's crazy. So we'll go from there, and yeah, much appreciate all the views, and I'll see you guys next time in this amazing game.